The UN estimates that more than 10 million Syrians will need aid by the end of 2013. That's about half of Syria's population. To help them, the UN has launched a record $4.4 billion international aid appeal. UN Emergency Relief Coordinator Valerie Amos issued the appeal in Geneva.
We had hoped we would not have to do it again, but today we are asking for $4.4 billion for the whole of 2013. That's more than half the combined total of all of our other appeals, which cover 16 countries from Afghanistan through to Somalia.
UNICEF is warning of a lost generation of young Syrians. The agency says many children have been forced to witness shocking violence, including the killing of family members. Many end up in refugee camps like this one in northern Iraq. Most camps are overflowing. Alaa is a 10-year-old refugee from Kamishli, a city in northeastern Syria.
When the wind comes, it blows inside our tent. The tent almost collapses. When it rains, our tent is flooded.
Antonio Guterres is the UN High Commissioner for Refugees.
We have now 1.6 million refugees in the countries around Syria. But we are receiving 200,000 new refugees every month, 7,000 new refugees every day. We expect that we might reach 3.5 million refugees by the end of the year.
The violence has reached the Syrian-Israeli border, threatening a United Nations peacekeeping mission on the Golan Heights, part of Syria occupied by Israel since 1967. Austria is withdrawing its soldiers, which make up over a third of the 1,000-strong force. If the UN observer mission unravels, it could pose big problems for Israel, says analyst Shashank Joshi of the Royal United Services Institute.
The real concern would be the Golan becoming a platform for jihadists able to then project power into Israel, or of course a bigger attack, perhaps for diversionary reasons, by the Syrian army against the heights themselves.
Meanwhile, the Lebanese army warned residents on Friday not to get embroiled in spillover fighting from Syria's civil war. The warning came amid fierce clashes in the northern city of Tripoli between supporters and opponents of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. If the conflict spreads beyond Syria, aid agencies say the humanitarian crisis would become even worse. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.